Hello, everyone, and let's talk about the main activity in part one. So that's competition between tables, number 3. So let's just remember that the tables, let's say 5 tables, already built their stock or the mini universe of 25 songs. The distribution is exactly the same, and also the music types, they were decided before, but the names of the song are just different, right? So it's the same distribution, pretty much the same universe, just the particular names of the songs is different. Every table has a unique set of 25. So what's going to happen is that LAs will lead as game hosts, and mentors will engage students, help with their table, working together, and just make sure that the simulations are done correctly. The whole table plays together as a single team. Okay, so let's see what happens for each of the 4 missions. So remember, there's going to be 4 missions. The last one is free for the students to choose. So the LAs quickly launch the mission, explain the mission, and give a quick example of how would passing mean, what it looked like passing the mission. Mentors choose a lead student in the table. It's just for communication. Then this is the important first part. Each table will secretly pick the value of n. So how many songs they'll pick from the playlist at random. They still don't pick songs. They just decide how many. This is done secretly, but discussing within each table. So the mentors here could ask for quick explanation about student choices. They don't determine the choice or vote. They don't have a say, but they can ask questions to guide the discussion. Tables announce their ends. So here's where the leader students talk. This is very quickly done, table by table, and the LAs will write down the values. Then this is also quick simulations. See if your table passed. This is done in parallel. You just use the, well, not the cup and the tokens, but here the slips. So it's very similar to meeting 1, in which we use the tokens and a cup, but here we use the 25 slips. Mentors will lead, work around to ensure students take turns drawing the songs until you draw and add drama. In particular, if you're not going to make it, the last steps, just add some drama for excitement. Then tables report if they pass with the lead students, and LAs are free to ask to some of the tables or the students follow-up questions that are quick. Then for scoring, if the table passed, they get 1 point. And also from all the teams that passed, the team or teams that had the smallest n get 1 extra point. Finally, there's a math question that the LAs ask, and they could ask it to a particular table or to any table, such as they don't repeat, maybe next round, they leave a new table to talk. So this is decided by the LAs. A typical example is find the minimum m that gives 100% odds of passing. And this is just for 1 extra point. First table to be ready answers, but they can give a -1, so take away 1 point if the answer is wrong. This is just to prevent just answering because, right? Just thinking, you have to think about the answer. And they can enforce -1 or -1, 0.5. That will depend on your LAs. For mentors, pick a different lead student for each mission. Okay, so let's see how it looks like. Let's do a simulation, an example of how would it look like. So remember, we have the 5 tables here. Let's say this is mission 1, at least 2 types of music. And let's just say, for the sake of simplicity, here table 1 picked up 5. Table 2 here maybe picked up 3. Table 3 also pick up 5, let's say. Table 4 pick a 6. And let's table 5 pick really large number just in case they pick 11. Okay, so that was some discussion internally in the tables. Then DLA calls and writes these numbers table by table. They write it in the projector so that everybody sees. Then it's time for simulation. Let's say that table 1 passed after drawing 5 randomly here. Table 2 drew 3, And let's just say they failed this time. Sorry, I wrote the values here, should be here. Let's make that change. Because this is more like the points that they're gonna earn. Okay. So again, table 1 passed, table 2 failed, table 3, let's say from the peak, the 5 they picked, they passed. Let's say for some very interesting reason, table 6, table 4 failed, very, very bad luck. So this is highly unlikely. Let's just say it happened. And table 5 passed. Okay, so for the points, everybody that passes gets 1 point. And then you see who's the least. So 5, 5, and 11, what's the minimum value? It's a 5. So in this case, this gets 1 extra point. So 1 plus 1. Same for this. Okay. And let's say that then the LAs ask a question to all tables. And after thinking, the first table to answer is table number 3 and answers correctly. So they have the math question correctly. So this would be 1 plus 1 plus 1. So they get 3 points for this round. Table 2 failed the mission and didn't answer the math, so automatically that gives 0 points. And 0 points here. So that's the score thus far, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0. Make another example real quick, just to reiterate. Let's say you have mission 3 now, all music represented. So this is a harder mission to pass because you have to really get all 4 types, whereas here you just needed 2 types. So tables hopefully learn or not learn, depends. Let's say this is a 6 here. This is a 4. Let's say this is a 7. A 9 and a 9. Let's say that's how they played in this case. They're simulating, they give these numbers to the LAs. And it's also so that the table knows what they're fighting against, right? What they're competing against, which other values of n. So this gives a sense of uncertainty and anticipation. Okay, let's say it's time to simulate. And let's say that these 4 did not pass this time. Let's say this 6 passed, while this 7 failed. So bad luck of table 3, right? Or good luck of table 1. Just happened like that. And let's suppose that both 9 and 9 passed. There's new lead students that will talk right now. So they go in order or so, and they say what happened. So teams that pass get 1 point automatically. Now you look at the ends of the teams that pass. So you don't look at these 4 because it failed. Don't even look at it. Same for this 7. You just look 9 versus 9 versus 6. Okay, this is the best one. The least value, 1 plus 1. And let's say now that the math question, DLAs decide to ask to tables that have least points, so they can do that. It's totally fine as a game host. They can decide what to do. So they give the first say to table 3. Table 3 doesn't answer, takes so much time maybe. And maybe table 2 answers correctly, let's say. So that gives 1 point. And so this would be the score for this round, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1. Of course, this would be added with the rest of the missions. Mission 1, mission 2, which we didn't include here, and mission 4, which is free. So that's how it goes. Quickly, last things here. So remember these follow-up questions, important for the LAs. So you can also answer as a mentor a little bit or help your lead student. So try to be a team somehow with them. And the last thing I'm going to say is that this competition happens again in part 2, but now inside your table. So you have the same competition, but it's done now inside your table. You'll have more control now as a mentor. So DLAs are sort of setting the stage for you so that in part 2, you get to analyze the game and it's clearly really understood. And it's focused now more on, of course, playing and having fun, but mathematical discussions. So that's going to happen in part 2, and mentors will absolutely lead that part. Okay, I hope you have fun and see you in another video. Goodbye.